Hello, my dear eco-visionaries. How do you think? Is mental health overrated when it comes to the urgency of sustainability? Is sacrificing mental stability a fair trade-off for impactful activism? What do you think? As a psychologist, I see the challenges in these statements. But let's hear directly from climate activists themselves. Welcome to ECObeing. Here, our main focus is on helping people manage eco-anxiety, process their emotions, and build inner resilience in the face of challenges we have. I'm Anastasija, a coach and the founder of ECObeing. And recently, I had the incredible opportunity to be a speaker at the Impact Day Festival on sustainability. It was such an energizing experience. So many people came to discuss the topic that we barely had enough room for everyone. And this response truly shows how much people care about making positive changes, which truly inspires me. Today we are going to explore if there is any connection between psychological well-being and sustainability. We'll start with practical insights from people I interviewed at the Impact Day, and then I will give some theory. And this is just the beginning. I've made 4 episodes based on what we learned from Impact Day, so stay tuned for more. Now I know that while I believe in this connection between psychological well-being and sustainability, and there is research to support it, but not everyone sees it the same way, and that's perfectly okay. But that's actually what inspired me to do a little research of my own. So when I was invited to speak at the Impact Day Festival, I decided to take the opportunity to ask people directly, do you see a connection between well-being and sustainability? And when I talk about well-being here, I mean our psychological and mental well-being. It's about managing eco-anxiety, dealing with feelings of not doing enough, and building inner resilience. On Impact Day, I spoke with climate activists, professionals, and sustainability advocates. And I hope their responses will be just as thought-provoking for you as they were for me. Now let's listen to Eric, a leadership coach from Red Pill.
If you don't have your rhythms, your routines, you don't take care of yourself. So burnout is like sooner or later it's gonna happen. If you postpone something, you're gonna take a credit of your health. Yeah. So everybody's hustling to get wealthy, financially, and they sacrifice their health. And when they're 60, 70, so they got all the time and wealth, but they don't have their health anymore. So if you're ill, then you would pay whatever it takes, like millions, to get your, your sight back, or your hearing, or your legs, or your heart.
This really speaks to why taking care of ourselves is foundational. If we don't keep some balance, burnout is inevitable. Seems like real sustainability means caring for both our planet and our own health along the way. Let's listen to Merit Lutsalo.
Personal well-being really affects how you do your daily work. So, for example, maybe a simple example is that like food, everyday food, that if I'm not feeling good, then I want to eat junk food, which is not like good for the environment. But if I feel great and I take care of my body, then I eat healthy food, which is I hope better for the environment also. So I think those two are really like connected, even like everyday life and personal well-being.
Oh, that's so true. I love the idea that it's easier to make healthier choices when we feel good.
Well, for the last few years. Yeah, I mean, someone has to do something. And I'm trying to do my part. We try to do our parts, but so much more would be needed.
How do you cope when you feel yourself overwhelmed?
Oh, well, it's a bit hard. But I do what I can, and I do realize, I'm over 50, I understand my limitations as a human being, so I do what I can, and I think in what we do is anyway kind of maximizing my impact, because I help others and they will influence others, kind of to create this kind of ripple effect.
I like how Paul Lindqvist, the co-founder of Environmental Impact Academy, says about understanding his limits and focusing on what he can really influence. This statement reflects a balanced approach to eco-anxiety, highlighting mental well-being as essential for maintaining resilience in the sustainability journey. And the last episode I want to share is from sustainability consultant Christine.
And do you feel sometimes like that you are not doing enough?
All day, every day, to be honest.
Really?
There is always more to strive for, and my inner perfectionist is struggling that we cannot do it all and do it every day.
Yeah. And how do you cope with it?
Therapy, journaling, working out, meditation, good food, building relationships that support me and that feed my soul. So I do as much as I can to cover the basics, and then, yeah.
Yes, I totally agree with Christine. Implementing change isn't easy and isn't fast. That's why I focus on resilience. I hope you are now seeing more clearly that the planet's sustainability is closely connected to our mental well-being. As I always say, start with yourself. After all, you can't build a strong house on a weak foundation. From what I heard, these people put real effort into caring for themselves to become better at what they do. Now let's talk a bit about the theory behind this, just a little bit, about actions and feelings. When we're dealing with the challenges of climate change or environmental issues, we're often faced with feelings of eco-anxiety, stress, and even burnout. This inner struggle can make it hard to stay motivated or believe that our actions can make a difference. Listen to what Climate Psychology Alliance says. It often said that action is the antidote to despair. And there is truth in this. What it misses out is the process of getting there and the costs of involvement. Action, which takes place in a turmoil of feeling, is often misdirected and exhausting. Fueled by unfocused anger, it often ends in collapse or burnout. The complex feelings need to be acknowledged, understood, supported, and worked with. I've created several videos where I talk about climate-related emotions and share practical ways to cope, so I won't go into too much details here. Feel free to check those out when you have time. For now, let's watch a short clip where I explain why it's important not to skip over our feelings in the rush to take action. In the context of dealing with grief, especially during the climate crisis, one less obvious form of avoidance is manic activity. Similar to common grieving processes where manic preoccupation serves as a defense mechanism, this phenomenon can also be observed in the response to climate grief. However, in a climate crisis, it may be misperceived as appropriate due to the need for urgent action. Unfortunately, this often leads to becoming burnout and increased anxiety, when repressed depressive feelings resurface. This inner strength allows us to face environmental challenges or other challenges with energy, hope, and persistence, instead of feeling defeated or overwhelmed. When we take care of our mental and emotional well-being, we can turn anxiety into fuel for meaningful change. Thank you to all the interviewees. It was a real pleasure meeting each of you. Next time, we'll speak about the role of nature in sustainable activism, with more insights from Impact Day. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for updates and check out our new Discord community for resources, exercises in resilience, and meaningful connections. See you there!